Hey guys, welcome to the Hoosier Huddle preview show. I'm Rylie Kyhn with Lauralys and Nate Comp. This week, Indiana travels to Rutgers for their first conference road game. They're coming off a loss to Michigan State, their first loss of the season last weekend. The offense struggled tremendously, the run game especially. Nate, what do you think that they need to do this weekend to improve that overall performance?
Yeah, like you said, the offense was really bad last week. It struggled for the whole 60 minutes of the game. They never really looked that solid. And I think a lot of that came down to the play of the offensive line, both for the running game and the passing game. The offensive line is just not able to open up holes for the run game, so Stevie Scott finished with like 30 yards on a lot of carries, and it just was a struggle all around. And then when we tried to go to the passing game, Ramsey just did not have enough time in the pocket to find his receivers. He completely ruined the downfield threat of like Nick Westbrook or Donovan Hale, so we were forced to just throw it underneath all the time. The offense looked really bad. They'll have to be better, especially the offensive line, against Rutgers this week.
Now, last week against Michigan State, Marcelino Ball was called for targeting in the second half, which puts him out for the first half of this game against Rutgers. Lauralys, how do you think that is going to affect the defense in the first half of this game?
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that Marcelino Ball is a huge part of this defensive core. Not only just his skills that he brings to this defense, his leadership, just his presence on the field. So I do think that is a concern for Indiana to be without him in that first half. Somebody's going to need to step up and really step up for this defense. Marcelino Ball does a lot for that Husky role, so that's the only thing that's concerning. But the good news is Rutgers, let's be honest here, is not one of the better teams in college football. So I think Indiana should be able to manage the first half without Marcelino Ball. I think this defense is going to prepare this week knowing that they do not have Marcelino Ball in the first half, and I think getting him back for the second half will be helpful, but I think Indiana should be okay overall on the defensive side without Marcelino Ball.
The last two games, we haven't seen Mike Penix. We saw him in the first game of the season and also against Virginia, but not against Ball State or Michigan State. Nate, do you think that we will see him return to the field against Rutgers this weekend?
Yeah, like you said, he's used 2 of the 4 games that he has where he can still keep his redshirt eligibility. I feel like, though, with Rutgers coming up this week, this would be a game that we could potentially see him get some action. In the past, he's only played against those non-conference opponents that are not as strong. This would give him an opportunity to at least have some experience against a Big Ten team. I would expect that hopefully in the second half of this game, Indiana has Rutgers kind of out of the game, so we could put in some backups, potentially like Penix.
You can catch the game on BTN this weekend at noon. For Lauralys and Nate Comp, I'm Rylie Kyhn. Thanks for watching the Hoosier Huddle preview show.